to Unscripted.
Yep, we are back again.
Yep, we have a very special guest here, as you can see. We have here Elliot from Into the Mind.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much
for coming along.
Thank you.
So Unscripted, as you probably got the gist from our page, our content, we have unscripted conversations. So conversations that are always relatable to the people that are watching and listening, where people can leave with something. We have banter. We talk about all different stuff from friends, politics, sometimes sports, relationships, and we're not confined to any space of guests we can have on or conversations we can talk about.
Cool. You mentioned football.
I'm an Arsenal fan.
Oh, you're gonna shake my hand, man! Oh, shake my hand, man! That's a great start. That's a great start. He's a United fan. Look, he's having a night, man. Don't worry about you having a night.
Spot seats.
But yeah, just touching off the back what Ellie said, like we always kind of like have these kind of conversations, and there's always something to like learn from, and at the end of the conversation, there's always something that you can take away from it. And it's fantastic that you've come on because like your work and your platform kind of highlights a lot of issues and a lot of stuff that doesn't really get mainstream attention.
It's a very taboo topic.
Exactly. So it's very important that these conversations are had. So
definitely.
Once again, thank you for coming along.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
I don't know if we explained the best capabilities, but I don't know if there's more you want to, let people know who haven't come across your page, about, I've said a lot, but about your page,
yeah, sure, man.
What you do. And
my name is Eddie Ross, and so I run a page called Into the Mind. It's also a website, and it's a podcast. I have my own show. And basically I interview others about their mental health. Season 1 was all about my own mental health, and my journey through it to where I am now. Season 2 is now interviewing other people about how their journey is, because there's only a certain amount of people that can relate to mine. So I need to get more people on for so many different scenarios that other people can actually relate to and be like, do you know what, I'm pitching the same thing, I'm having the same thing on a day-to-day basis. So it's important to have other guests on. But so I do everything from mental health, and I do my clothing line, which is out as well. It's on sale.
Might have to grab
this. This guy goes in bio.
No, good. I love it, man. I love what I do. I do it all for free as well as working like 7 days a week. I'm a builder. So go from the building sites and stuff like that to then having deep conversations about how you're actually feeling. It's tough. It's a big transition from day to day,
I don't know if we was it the last time we recorded Shagan, where basically we came to the realization that with podcasting it's kind of like therapy.
It is honestly.
Because you start on one topic and you start going and going and going, and then in the end you're like, fuck, I did 2 hours now.
It's true. It's actually true, because I find myself obviously, in recent times, my week. I just came back from holiday about a week ago or 2 weeks ago. So I've been doing a whole load of backlog of work and all that kind of stuff. So it's just been long. But then when I have an opportunity to now kind of sit down and just talk and just express myself, it's actually a relief. Honestly.
It is.
And more time we record on a Friday as well, so it's it's the end of the week. So much has happened, and it's just okay, I can get a lot of stuff.
You can feedback from the start of the week. That's nice, man.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, no worries. Current affairs. Where do we start?
Current affairs. I mean, there's only one place to start. You have to start with Boris and all the debacles and the trash and the nonsense that's been happening in Parliament.
Do you know what? I would be happy just for anyone to look better to represent the country. I don't care what they do to the country, but just look better. Look better when you're representing.
Honestly,
when you're going to America, when you're going to all these places. When he went to Ukraine recently, and it's come on, no.
Look how he looks. Oh my god.
He's wearing an army top and bottoms. It looks the part before he goes, and then Boris turned up in his suit and his hair, and you're great.
For me, it's just scruffy hair that I can't get my head over, because Even it all came out that he had an affair with his hairdresser. Number one, I was
What?
like, he had a hairdresser. Like, he had a kid with the hairdresser. Like, this is one of the things that just came out like within like last week or whatever. I don't even know
that a fair time ago. Like,
yeah, man, that
this
was
is the state of his hair.
You have your hair problem out of that.
I mean,
Oh yeah, mine ain't on point today. It's I wear a hat.
Yeah,
Like, just do the same thing. Just do the same thing.
But his one, he's like, he just does this before like he goes out on camera, and it's just like, alright, good.
But I saw some shots of him when he was younger. He's actually had the same style for basically his whole life. Pretty much.
How did he have friends?
I mean, he's coming from money, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Don't eat good hair when you got pockets in it.
You actually don't. And I'm hearing that him alongside a lot of like the Tory MPs that have got that resigned and whatnot, they're getting like a 400,000 redundancy payment. And I'm like,
What?
Ooh.
how do you
In
even
this
economy? Do you know what I mean?
In
Like,
this economy,
a lot of
really?
things are not really making sense right now. A lot of things are not making sense.
Well,
But
that's just with them resigning.
that's with them resigning. 400,000 for what?
And there's us sitting here working
That's what
on
I'm
every
saying.
day, do you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
We done something wrong in the past.
No, definitely 100%. I'm in the wrong, whatever.
I'm in the wrong line of work, man. I have to become an MP or something.
I'd support you.
Yo,
You got my vote, man.
put everything on the expensives. Not
Yeah. I'm going to need that cool car to turn up to PR shoots. So expense that.
Yeah. But I think that party, the Conservatives, I've been speaking with family as well, I think they're just a sham. I mean, you go from David Cameron, Theresa May, Matt Hancock,
Theresa May had no
the
luck.
Chancellor.
The thing is, yeah, Theresa May, I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt just because, like, she didn't really, she kind of came in trying to, do the whole Brexit stuff, even though she wasn't even on, like, the whole Brexit movement kind of thing, and she was trying to just, manage it, so it was kind of tough for her, but the rest of them, yeah, they could get out.
Yeah.
To be honest, all of them could get out. Labour as well, man. All of them.
As soon as she came in, everyone was like, nah.
Yeah.
Just caned her every time.
Sad.
Like, poor woman, man.
So I saw a video of her crying or something. I was just like, oh man.
It's that dance she done on stage. That's when it started going like that.
There's no style.
It's like 1-2 step.
Nah.
Oh gosh, yeah, it's funny. Oh.
So who's gonna? Do you guys know who's gonna replace? Who's gonna step up?
I don't know how they.
Yeah, I think they said a name. I heard a name, but I don't recognise them.
No.
Yeah.
I think just because of how many people had left.
Yeah.
It's like, who have we got?
Yeah.
Who have we got left?
Yeah.
Honestly.
You'll do. It's a bit like that. We're all just standing up in a line.
Oh gosh,
That's
yeah.
actually funny, man.
Well, I don't know, man. This country it's just a whirlwind, man.
Yeah,
Honestly, it actually is.
It's
It's the pick of a bad bunch.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you actually go.
100%.
I'm trying to think if they're okay. Let me throw a question to you. These are Arsenal fans, yeah. If you could pick like an Arsenal player, yeah, past or present, to lead this country, who would you pick? What's your reasons as well?
That's a very
Thierry
rare
Henry,
question.
he's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
So I think you need a cool person to represent your country.
Fair enough.
Either Thierry Henry or wild card.
You're not trying to have Granit Xhaka.
No.
No wild cards. And all the
He's gonna
team,
say
the wild cards.
Dennis Bergkamp.
Why?
Yeah, wait.
He looks like you said, he looks the part.
Yeah, that's
He looks the
cool.
part. He looks the part.
Alright, fair enough.
Yeah. How about you?
What if I'm picking from Arsenal?
No, you.
Nah.
United?
Ole, maybe.
Oof. I don't really want. I'll need someone with an iron hand. So maybe.
Harry.
Oh God! You know what I mean?
Actually,
About him, he's just gonna get crazy.
Do you know what? I'm not picking a player. I'm picking Fergie. Straight Fergie. Like, what am I thinking?
Fergie will sort it out.
Yeah, definitely.
Fergie time on country.
Yeah, exactly. I saw one meme saying like Big Sam is probably, or Sam Allardyce is probably the best man for the job. It's like, obviously,
He'll bring him back up.
He'll bring us back up.
He won't go any further, but he'll go up. And that's it. Like every club he manages, he gets him out of relegation,
Somehow
so he just stays there.
Somehow he manages to do
It's
it.
cool.
True.
Gosh, that's funny.
So how you guys been fancying the weather lately?
Today was nice.
Yeah.
Today was nice. Today was a bit too hot. Today was a bit too hot.
You think so?
He's one of them.
It's too hot.
I don't like it, but I think today was alright.
I was too hot. Maybe it's because of what I was wearing at the time, but like I was like, this was uncomfortable heat. I don't like anything really above 23 degrees. Anything above 23 degrees is too hot.
It depends. If there's a breeze, I don't mind. But I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Like I work in service offices, so I build offices and
Yeah.
make good of them. So I'm always in aircon.
Oh,
Yeah,
go.
Okay, that's
so
good.
it doesn't actually affect me
Yeah.
that much. However, but
Yeah.
I'm still inside. It doesn't matter. At least I'm not working on like an actual building site where it's just four
just
walls.
straight
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that must have been, that's intense.
Yeah, so
Sounds
it
intense.
doesn't bother me too much. But when I'm walking from like site to site to building, that's when you feel it. When you're carrying all your tools around, like I wear a tool belt,
Yeah.
so I'm carrying all them around like with shorts and a t-shirt,
Yeah.
and then that then gets sweaty.
I can
Like, that gets
I
horrible.
can imagine. I can actually imagine.
Some of the guys have got like big backpacks on full
Yeah.
of tools and stuff like that. I'm like, nah.
Oh, yeah.
I used to have to wear them, but
Yeah.
after that, how sweaty your t-shirt gets in the summer and that, it's
Yeah.
nasty.
Mad.
Definitely not. Definitely
Wait.
not. No way.
But no, I like the heat. I like the heat.
I mean, for me, as long as it's not raining, I'm good. I'm good, I guess. As long as it's not raining.
Yeah.
Especially in summer. Like, raining in summer is just like...
And it's
what's
that
going on?
sticky rain.
Yeah.
The rain. Sometimes the rain is needed.
I mean, it's not needed for me. Like,
Sometimes the rain. I don't mind. I like the feeling. I don't know if
The only time I like the rain is for the hay fever. I'm a hay
Oh,
fever
yeah,
so is
sufferer.
it? Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So the
Do you
rain
know what, I
comes
only
back,
started-
clears that for a few days.
I only started getting hay fever like post kind of corona, COVID, whatever period. So I'll say like maybe like from 2020. I don't know what happened. Before then, I was always fine. But like now, like
Good. I'm
That's
glad
it.
it finally caught up to you.
But
thing is, I used to be
I've had
one
it
of
for
those.
years.
No, the thing is, 'cause I used to be one of those guys that are like, come on, like you're a big man. Like, how can you? This kind of stuff. And now I would definitely understand.
Yeah.
But I get it.
Where do you suffer with it?
No, I don't. Fortunately, no.
Have you seen the video of the guy where he goes down to the flowers? He's like, all man out here. And
Oh,
starts
yeah,
smelling
yeah.
the flowers. He's like, look at me, I'm
Like,
fine.
honestly, that's my worst nightmare. That's my worst nightmare. I couldn't do it. I couldn't
Nah.
do it.
I can't stand it.
Yeah.
That's the only time in the summer I hate.
Nah.
Are tablets really effective when it comes to hay fever?
Yeah.
Are they?
They are
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah.
They are kind of.
I take them like Smarties in the summer. One up.
But then you're just like drowsy and stuff like that.
It is,
What I feel
yeah.
like really helps is those like nasal sprays and stuff like that just kind of clears out any pollen or anything like that. But yeah, man, hay fever ain't the one. To be
Yeah.
honest.
I've got a friend actually that before he plays football on grass, he has to take some kind of medicine.
Oh, serious? What you?
I don't know what it is.
or something.
Yeah, I don't know if
Yeah.
it's related to hay fever, but I've never.
Well, like all
Yeah.
season or just in the summer?
Just not all season.
Whoa, that's different. Then.
Specific, well, more so in the summer, but as far as I know, he always needs to take it before he gets on the grass.
Because that's a tough life. I'm being
That's
allergic to
tough.
grass
That
every
is-
day.
Like, that is one of the most inconvenient
Yeah.
allergies, to be honest.
Every day.
That's,
Man
that's
suffers
serious.
with grass.
Oh gosh.
Oh gosh.
Do you know, just on my way here, I was just saying, yeah, Euro Millions. I've never actually. I think I've only maybe once played the lottery. Yeah,
You've actually played it.
I've actually played it randomly. There was one day, like I saw it. The amount was just like too much. It was like probably like 100 million or something like that. This Euro Millions is meant to be like 200 million.
Yeah, it's
basically, or
close
something
up.
like that. And I'm just thinking, wait, you know that's a fifth of a billion.
Yeah.
Imagine winning that money.
You imagine how people go broke with that money.
I don't understand how people
Yeah.
go broke. Like, if you've got
People win-
multi-millions,
yeah,
I don't-
win millions
I
on the
don't
lottery.
understand. I don't understand.
10 years time, you see them like broke.
I don't know
How?
I don't know how that's possible.
Yeah,
I don't know how that's
makes sense.
possible. But
I played the lottery though. I also played. Do you do BOTB?
what is that?
It's where you pay for a raffle of the car that you want to win.
Oh, those
Oh,
things.
really?
Yeah. I've entered that once or twice for like the houses. Like I see people on
Yeah,
Instagram
yeah.
do like houses and stuff like that. I've never won, but
Yeah,
it'd be nice to win
but
a
it's
house
like
for
a
a pound.
spot the ball thing.
I would
So
say.
you enter for the raffle, and it takes you to a spot the ball. And if you get dead centre, you get the car that you raffled for.
Okay. Wow.
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 I want it like every week, like a gambling addict. It's like, I will get this Bentley Bentayga one day. Spot
Yeah, wait, what kind of cars are there as well? Like,
It's like all like there's supercars and
yeah,
Bentleys, Ferraris,
serious.
Lamborghinis,
Wow.
anything
And
down
they
to
just
like
give
a
it away
little
for free
Corsa.
for like.
So if
raffle
you
entry,
if you go for like the Bentley, it's going to be like a $5 for into the raffle.
yeah.
But if you want like the Ford Fiesta, it's going to be like 60p.
Oh, okay.
You know, so it depends
Yeah.
on how big the car is.
That's still mad though.
Imagine getting a
doing
Bentley
it for
for $5.
$5. Do you know
Yeah,
what
so
I mean?
at $5 a week, I'm like, yeah, I'll do that one.
Will you sell it?
I'll sell it.
I think I'd have it for a year. I'd have
Is
the
it?
car
For a whole
year.
year, really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
then
so
sell it.
you
I
might
want to
think
have
of it,
my
you know?
fun. I
Yeah,
want to
you
have my
know,
fun
fun.
for a
Oh,
year.
yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Like the car could be valued at like 170 grand, and what you've lost 20, 30 grand
Yeah,
Fair
for
enough.
the year.
Yeah,
So
fair
you've still got a good amount,
Yeah, fair
and
enough.
you've had a bit of fun with it.
I'll just sell it for one reason, because driving in London is just impossible, and yeah, it's just,
Yeah, that's true. But you look good though driving in London.
That-
You might be slow, but you
Oh, good.
can have your like the music blaring going down Oxford
It's true.
Street,
It's
Oxford
actually
Street.
true. Actually, I'll never drive in them sides. Oxford Street. Nah, I couldn't do it. I actually couldn't do it. Probably they're meant to be making that whole area kind of pedestrian zone anyway. But
Yeah.
We were actually talking earlier on about the new cycling laws. Cycling laws, you know about the.
Oh, like the lanes and stuff.
Yeah,
yeah,
if
yeah.
you even cross it now, you're finished.
Mm. But in some of the roads enter onto
That's
them.
what
You
I'm
have to
saying.
go
I don't
through it
understand.
You have to
to
kind
get
of-
there.
Like it's kind of like the bus lane, to be honest. You
Yeah.
know, you might need to not go into the bus lane, but to maneuver, you'll cut in and cut out. But why is it now with the cycling lane is different? Where literally, if you cross that line, and the camera catches you, you're finished.
Yeah. Or they take away a lane driving so they can
Mm.
make the pavement bigger.
It don't
Or
make
then
sense.
add in a cycling lane and a bus lane, and
I
it's
don't
like,
know, this whole
why?
thing of like narrowing it down just to like one lane, like I don't get it.
Yeah.
It's like they're trying to just force the traffic, which is just a bit mad. But yeah, I'm a cyclist now, in fact, actually. I got my bike like 2 months ago, and yeah.
I thought he was alright, you know? Did you cycle in?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I didn't today. I didn't.
But
I
he's
actually got a
local.
lift.
He's local. He's
Yeah,
local.
yeah. Oh man.
Oh, cool. I guess we can get in the nitty gritty. Your special. I was about to say your specialists. You know, mental health. Let's start with social media.
Okay.
How social media affects mental health. For me personally, I've said this a couple of times, but I refrain from using social media too often because I feel like the more I'm on it, the more that it kind of puts psychological pressure on me to meet certain demands, or it just basically it just tricks your mind sometimes with the things that you might see. Obviously, in terms of like success, you want friends to succeed and so on and so forth, but sometimes it can kind of make you anxious, you know, bring some anxiety out of you, so on and so forth. So that's me personally anyway.
Do you know what's a good thing about that is that no one posts their losses.
Yeah.
So only their wins. So even if, you know, let's say for example you fail your driving test. So to you failed your driving test, but to everyone else on social media, all you've seen is that piece of paper that they've passed.
Past. It's true.
That's so true, yeah,
it's true.
exactly.
So it makes you feel like, oh, I'm the only one who's taken a loss here, and it sets you back a little bit, you know, rather than actually moving forward and going, oh, okay, but that person actually failed twice,
Yeah.
and I failed once.
Yeah.
But no one actually does anything about their failures. Even these like claimed self-made millionaires. So they'll go, oh, I made this amount by doing this and this and this, selling this and this and this. But they'll never tell you how many times they got backed up
Yeah.
and how many times that they got told no. So, and it's all well and good. Even stuff like, let's say like Jordan Belfort. So he does all the trading stuff still, and he helps other people buy their trading.
Yeah.
So obviously they're going to advertise as in like, we can make him thousands. Have a look at this guy. He invested in blah blah blah, and he's got 100 grand now. This guy got this and this, and he's now 3 million. But they won't tell you how someone might have gave 10 grand, and that stock just dropped, and they've lost everything. So all you're seeing is wins. You never get to see people lose. So then when you do actually lose yourself, you're like, I'm the only one.
Yeah.
And I think we've all at some time experienced like a little bit of a loss in career or
100%.
an idea,
100%.
and you're like, okay, everyone else is winning around me,
Yeah.
or keeping up to a certain level.
Definitely.
I'm trying, but I'm going down here. But we don't know who else is actually out there who is failing as well
Stuff.
at all different things, you know, because no one does post their losses.
No one does. That's a very valid point. It's true. If I was to go on my timeline right now, all I'm seeing is people having a holiday, just having fun, just enjoying. Everything is just positive. Well, it seems to be positive. And I can definitely understand how that can affect someone, like, especially if you're looking at a place, maybe something has happened to you and you're looking like everyone seems to be enjoying life. That could definitely kind of take a toll on the mind.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So I could definitely understand that. But in relation to you, would you say like you kind of use like social media, like how often would you say that you're using it? Obviously I know that you've got it for your platform, Into the Mind. Other than that,
yeah, I do use it quite a lot anyway, from for just personally.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I recently went to Dublin to go see my girlfriend. She studies out there, and the day I got there, my phone fell out of my pocket when I was getting in the cab, and it got run over by like a handful of cars. So I was like, great, I can't use this now for like the next few days. But that few days of not having your phone was nice.
oh, serious?
It was nice.
I thought you were gonna say that. It
nice.
was,
No, I can imagine it's like.
It's like a step back. Like I had no one messaging me.
Peace.
Just peace.
I didn't have to wake up and be like, okay, let's check what's happened on Instagram in the 6 hours I was asleep. But we do it, don't we? You wake up and you check your phone. It's like, what do you think you've missed?
That's true.
Whilst everyone else has been asleep. Do you know what I mean? But we still do it, and the fact I didn't have to wake up and go through that was nice.
Yeah.
But then I got home and I had a phone waiting for me. So as soon as I got home, plugged it in, set it up for half hour, in the morning, bang, I got a phone back on social media.
When you say it like that, it feels.
It's true. Like,
It doesn't take long to get back into the routine of seeing what other people are doing.
It's like almost trapped. Is
Yeah.
that the right word to say?
But it's like, why,
kind of,
why would you care? Like, why do you care what other people are doing? But we still do it.
It's a weird one, you know. It's actually a weird one.
It's like if I said to you, John down the road got a new job, you'd be like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But if you saw it on social media,
It's like,
double tap.
Yeah. It's true. I haven't thought about it like that, but it's probably it's a weird. It's actually interesting. It's interesting because like I'm like kind of like reflecting on how I use my phone or use like social. I remember there was a time when I was solely just using it for like business. Like Ellie was mentioning, I'm big into trading, so there was a point where I had like a page and like I was just posting like trainer like related like content and stuff like that kind of stuff. And that kind of just got overwhelming, so I just left that page kind of thing. And then now I started like just using it for like personal reasons and stuff like that. And it's so weird because like I don't know, like I'll be scrolling down, seeing the same old stuff, but for whatever reason I'm still interested.
Yeah,
I'm like
interested in nothing.
Exactly. Yeah.
In nothing. Like even like TikTok is even fair enough because like TikTok there's interesting videos and stuff like that. There's cool stuff, but like on Instagram or like Twitter or stuff like that, it's just like the same old stuff.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what I've noticed is that on my Instagram, where I have like my personal one and I also have my Into the Mind account, the one on my Into the Mind account are nicer people. Like I'm not saying that in a bad way for everyone on my personal account.
Yeah.
Like stay, innit?
No
Stay.
shame, man.
Keep my numbers, but stay. but like everyone on my Into the Mind is all about mental health and positive attitude and winning and succeeding, and it's okay not to be okay. Whereas like you go onto my personal, it's like another week in Dubai.
Yeah.
I guess because you created that environment.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's because of the people that I follow, and obviously on my other page, Into the Mind's page, all I follow is helpful things. It's helpful feeds, and other people who might need help and stuff like that. So I've got like a page that's really uplifting, and I've got a page who's like that's day to day. So I actually spend probably half the day on each one, just so I can kind of balance it out.
Do you know what? For the last, Oh, I'm 26, by the way. We're both 26.
Yeah, I'm 26.
26
Oh,
well?
yeah, you're
see?
okay.
The universe is mine. But for the last couple years, I've been telling myself that at some point, maybe I should deactivate my personal account and just see how I live, what happens.
I've had the same thought.
I can't, but I don't know what is holding me. Like, obviously there are friends there and whatnot, but I know I can live without it, like you said. But I don't know what would hold me back.
Do you think you're worried about people forgetting you?
I will.
That's getting deep.
If you're not on social media, you're not posting, you're not liking, you're not putting up a story.
Because you know what's funny, for me personally, I don't share often on social media. And like I said, I don't log in often. So like, maybe I do need to do a deep search and see why it is that. Like, what is my why? That's... Yeah, you got me thinking. You got me thinking.
Because like, let's be honest, so you probably, I know I do, I have probably a handful of good friends.
Yeah.
And then I have like a circle of acquaintances, and then I have a bigger circle of no ones.
Yeah.
Right, so really I could probably count that to 20, 30 people that I kind of want to stay in touch with. And for some reason I've got like 800 people who I'm following.
Yeah.
I'm like, do I need all you? Do you need me? Like, it goes both ways.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely think like, you know, the amount of people that don't post losses, and people don't open up about themselves on social media at all.
Yeah.
And like Into the Mind started off as a men's mental health, but it slowly progressed into like an open one.
Yeah.
Because somehow I developed more women followers than men, and it was targeted for men.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But so now it's wider. But yeah, you never see about how a man is having a bad day on there. You see women who say like, just taking a break from social media, need to regroup or blah blah blah, and you're like, okay, cool, fair enough.
Yeah.
Never see a man do it.
That's very true. That's very, very true.
But it's the same thing. Why? Is it because you feel like you're going to be forgotten? Is it because you want to stay up to date but want to just hang back a little bit? But for what?
When I think about it now, I feel like maybe I might be forgotten if I don't post or something.
It's a subconscious thing.
Yeah, the thing is, it's not like something I'm actively thinking, but I feel like people kind of need to see what I'm like, see me at least, like know what I'm doing.
Or know you're there, like you're present in this.
Yeah. Like how many roughly followers do you guys have on your personal page?
So on my personal, I've got like about 1,200.
Okay.
Something like that.
400 something.
Yeah, exactly. So that 1,400. If you just sit back and go ghost and just delete it, it's really 1,200 people gonna think, what's he doing? Or they're going to be like, okay, cool.
You say it that way.
Interesting, man. I don't know.
Perhaps it is because you got that group of followers.
Yeah.
You're like, I've got 400 friends. I've got 1,200 people that want to see what I'm doing. But I mean, you only have to go through, post a story and see how many view it.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, cool. Because I have 1,700 followers.
Yeah.
But when I post a story, I might have 400 people watching.
Yeah, same thing.
So I'm like, why are you here? Do you know what I mean? If you're not seeing what I'm doing, then why are you here?
Interesting.
Or the people that watch your story but don't like your posts.
Yeah. Those people as well.
And you're like, cool, I see you.
Oh, it's a lot, you know. You're just unraveling now. It's just. Oh gosh! Wow.
So this is what I do on Into the Mind.
Yeah, you definitely.
I feel like it's in my head right now.
It's the Matrix. Oh. But what you touched on with the men, that's really important. You know, definitely, I feel like as men
men don't communicate it on social media. They very rarely actually do it in person anyway.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
due
definitely
to like
not in
even
socials.
to statistics and stuff like that. There's more suicides are men, more depression are men. People more in prison are men. So if there's unemployed rate is more men. So there's so many things that come down. So if there's so many things that we can actually say, do you know what? Look at the statistics. Why haven't I said something?
Yeah.
People still don't do it. But then same thing. If I just said them things to you guys, how men in their mind are so far down with suicide rate and depression. But would you guys really go out onto social media and say, "This is how I'm feeling"?
No. No.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
definitely-
I'm the same thing. I wouldn't do it either. Like, there's a couple of times on my Into the Mind one, I've just gone to them like, I've got to take a break because I'm talking to so many people about their problems.
Yeah.
That in the end, I start to slowly take it home,
Mm.
and I'm sitting there like going, oh, I hope they're okay at the moment, blah blah, and I'm like, it's not my problem.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, and I think that's what people think is that if I tell you, you're then gonna take it to other people and be like, oh, have you heard about him? He's having this and this and this, or you're gonna be constantly on my back thinking, is he okay?
Yeah.
When that's not what we want.
Really got me thinking that, man. Really got me thinking. Really got me thinking. Because when I'm like, again, on reflection as well, I'm feeling, I find it weird that, like, so people are so, well, let me speak for me and my friends, like, we're so easily, you know, we're quick to kind of go to the socials and like show that, okay, this is the good that's happening like to us, like, and stuff like that. But I'm trying to recall any time that one of us has like put something bad that's happened.
Yeah.
Or like,
You just
that's
don't
like,
see it.
You don't see it at all. You don't see it.
You see like the little start-up businesses
Yeah.
that your boys might be doing,
Yeah.
out with their girlfriends, out for a meal, out with family on holiday, but you never see like, I'm having a really shit week.
Tough times, yeah.
Yeah. Or lost my job. They'll
Yeah.
just be like, is there any jobs going?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, so there's certain ways people word things so you don't question. But why shouldn't we question it?
It's true. It's where we're going to be perceived, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because obviously men, you're meant to be the tough one, the provider, the hard one.
Yeah.
What do you think about that as well? Yeah, just that.
The
I know,
persona.
Yeah, the persona, that label that we have as a male species.
Rubbish, absolutely rubbish. Like,
Straight to the point.
it's terrible, man. Like, okay, I'll be real with you guys. Like, I'm a recovering cocaine addict. So I've been sober now for nearly 4 years. It'll be 4 years in December.
That's great. Man.
So there's,
Congratulations,
thank
honestly.
you.
It's amazing.
There was so there's so many times where you can't possibly do any more, but get that next hit. So when obviously I stopped, it was a very difficult place to come down into from a world that's up here
Yeah.
to so far down, but that's where everyone else is, because that's normality. And so going from that to there's like constant times where, you know, I'm just like sitting there in tears or crying, like, I can't move, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't function. And like, you know, I saw a therapist for 2 years just to try and get over coming back into reality.
Yeah.
So now, after I've done that, but I saw like 3 different therapists before I found the right one. So, and lucky enough, actually, I didn't know this at the time, but after a couple of sessions, my therapist actually told me I'm actually a recovering addict as well.
Oh wow.
So I was like, oh, okay, so that's why now we're working.
Yeah.
It's because all the others were, you know, writing it down on paper. They're like, oh, I'm qualified in this, qualified in that. But if you haven't experienced that kind of lifestyle, you can't engage with it.
Yeah.
You know, so, but like I've expressed it a lot on my season 1 podcast, how low that I have been, just to try and connect with other people that it is okay to feel so bad in yourself, that you don't need to always be the tough guy.
Yeah.
But I think it is starting to normalise now. It's just very, very slowly.
Very
And
slowly.
I congratulate the women as well, because they're actually starting to appreciate more emotion in men.
Yeah.
And I don't know where that's come from, but recently it has, that they appreciate a bit more emotion. I'm not saying like cry at a Christmas advert, but you know what I mean? But if you're having a tough time, say you're having a tough time, you know, but because there's so many ways to work things out, just having a chat like this, or you know, you talk to, if you're in school, your teacher, your boss at work. Your boss at work is there to help you as well, not to just bark orders.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, so there's so many places that you could actually go to. Places like the work environment is a bit of a tough one because there's the fear of it going around the workspace.
Exactly, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Well, that's why you got HR, because they're trained to keep it and deal with these things, So, but I've always picked up therapy. I've always loved the fact that I went to therapy, because I don't think I would be where I am in my life now without it. So, when certain people come to me on Into the Mind and they're like, oh, I'm really struggling with this, I'll try and give them as much help as I can, but it gets to a certain point, I'm like, I know this person, why don't you contact them? So I've got like a network of different therapies who I send people to. And that's what you can get on Zoom now, therapy or private therapy. Yeah.
Wow.
Like, you don't even need to go into and sit on the couch and feel pressured,
Yeah, because I guess, we have that stigma of, if I'm going therapy, it's like in the movies or sitcom.
I'm mental.
I'm going to sit down, I'm crazy. I'm going to be sitting down, ask me patronising questions,
Yeah, but no, I've always been a massive supporter of therapy. Like, it's been really good, and I'll tell you the truth, I'm actually thinking about going back to it, not because I need to, but because it's just there's certain things where you think, do I need to unload this, or there's certain things that might happen in the future, like I need to be prepared for it, so I need to go back to therapy now. So when it does happen,
you're ready to
I'm like, cool, I can sort it out now.
With therapy, I've heard like a lot of people kind of suggest or recommend therapy because they find it more easier to like talk to someone that doesn't know them like personally, kind of thing, like rather than like talking to a family member.
Yeah, you have no
like,
ties.
Yeah. Was that like the same in your case, or?
Yeah, definitely. Like there's certain things that I could tell my mum and dad about, what I'd gone through and what I was doing. That they know the situation, but I don't think they know how deep the rabbit hole goes. So, but that's what I can tell my therapy. But I think that's why I engage a lot of people on Into the Mind, because I'm a random person behind a screen. A lot of the time they're not even talking to me face to face. I could be like a computer, just talking back, So I think that's what helps as well, is that if people all over the world do then want to talk a little bit about something, like even ranting about politics in America or blah blah, and they just feel like so much better because they haven't got to talk to their sister, their brother, their whoever about it. I understand it, I get the fact that if you want to talk to them, you can, and if you don't, you don't. It's your choice who you want to talk to about it. But I think it's just the fear of what you're going to get back from the receiving person.
Definitely. But I do think, speaking about therapy, it is definitely still good, since we're talking about it, to have those therapeutic talks with the people you actually know, friends, family, your partner, because there might be some baggage that you do need to unload.
Yeah, it's only good if you're telling the truth. Because I could sit here and say to you, like, so how are you doing recently? I know you're doing fine, but are you actually doing fine? And you go, yeah, I'm cool. When you're not. So you have to tell the truth if you are actually going to start engaging with other people. But to be able to tell the truth is a massive step, because not everyone can just be like, you know what, nah, I'm not cool, and then start talking about it. So it's just saying that one little bit of no, I'm not is a huge step. Huge step for people.
When you put it that way, it's actually very true.
So you have to be open, you have to be honest, and the receiving person has to be patient. You can like if someone told me about all their problems and issues, I'm not going to be on their back every day being like, how's this now, how's that now, are you feeling like this now, are you feeling really down about this? Let them come to you. Well, once you've opened that gate of that you're willing to talk and you're willing to listen, just let them come to you. You don't need to pester, because they'll come to you at their own time.
And when I think about it as well, I'm starting to think about people who have tried that with the people they love or friends or whatnot, and they've received rejection, and now they've got to a point where they're really closed up and they don't want to offload that, they don't feel like they can.
Yeah, but that's why we have professionals. That's why we have the NHS healthcare and private therapy. I mean, but people think as soon as they hear private therapy, it's hundreds. It's not. I go to a private therapist and it's £40 an hour. So
I had in mind it was like hundreds.
Yeah, that's what I thought at the start as well, because I like the NHS as good as it is, but it is very backlogged of mental health.
Yeah.
So, but private therapy isn't actually as bad as what people think. But I get it completely though. If you're willing to speak to someone and they go, do you know what? No, I think you're telling rubbish because you've actually got this really good in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got the house, you've got the car, you've got the money. Why on earth are you upset? So, you know, I can understand that people then go like, yeah, I'll keep it to myself then, and so you get closed up. But that is why we have professionals out there who are actually trained into almost, I don't want to say manipulate you, but
Maybe unlocking the mind.
yeah, unlocking bits that you might not want it to talk about, but then do end up doing, and that release is just it's so good, so uplifting.
Yeah.
And I guess going back to social media as well, you know, when, you know, people, let's say in the public eye that we see that have fame, fortune, you know, professional success and whatnot, aren't doing that, I guess subconsciously us as a culture and society, we feel like we don't need to be okay with not being okay, if that makes sense, or, you know, opening up, being vulnerable, showing, you know, the losses, the downs and whatnot.
Yeah, but like, how do we change that? How do we get people to be like, okay, I'm going to be more open on social media?
That's the question. I feel like maybe and the thing is, I don't feel like we should always have to look to like the celebrities and the sports personalities and stuff like that. But then when you kind of do see like these like personalities now speak out about stuff, like I remember, whether it was last year or the year before, I remember there was an athlete, I don't know if it was a gymnast or tennis player, I can't remember, she came out and she was saying like she's not going to play, she's not going to
The tennis player, yeah.
It's like her head wasn't in the right space and stuff like that. Yeah, she got a lot of scrutiny, but a lot of people were like, oh, we do need to see more of this at the same time, because again, they are also human beings and they are going through things, and if they can be going through this, then why can I not also express myself that I'm going through this kind of issue at the time as well?
I think the only problem with celebrities advertising mental health is that sometimes obviously I could be completely wrong, but sometimes I feel like, are you being paid to say it?
Yeah,
there you go. It's true.
Yeah,
it's actually genuine. Yeah.
I see stuff and I'm like, I'm going to try to look for that little ad. Little ad thing that's got in the
paid partnership.
Paid partnership with mine. No, you don't actually care, do you? Like, but yeah, that's what I feel like. It comes better from an ordinary person. It comes better from, you know, your everyday person on the train. You know that it's okay to feel the way you do sometimes.
I think us subconsciously as well, no one's perfect obviously, but we just, let me not say normal people, everyone can do better, because even us, let's say as sports fans, we're often getting onto these players and so forth.
How many were
We're all laughing.
Oh my gosh.
No forgiveness, you know, no excuses. But often, like, we have no clue what they're going through in their family, personally, mentally, emotionally, behind closed doors.
No.
You know, when we think about it.
But it's the same thing though, is that, do we then tread on eggshells around everyone just in case? Or should people start to be more open?
I think there's a bit of a balance as well, because I don't feel like we should tread on eggshells. Like
if like me or you crack a joke and I might say like, oh, shut up, blah blah, like I could say like something a bit insulting, but I'm saying it as a bantering way.
Yeah.
But you've actually got stuff going on at home, and then you don't want to talk to me for the next few days. How do I know that you was in that mindset without saying something? You know, so then am I then constantly like nice and stroking your head just in case? I mean, just in case he's going through something. Like, how long does that go for?
Yeah.
So it's tough. It's tough. That's why people need to be a bit more open about what it is they're going through.
Yeah.
Even say, you know, look, I get it's a joke, but not today.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah, just like say something, just a little inkling. But obviously, it's harder for, like you said, professional football players, athletes, celebrities, because it's not just me and you they're talking to. They're talking to millions.
Yeah.
And so if they're going to say, you know, say for a football player, he then goes to like social media or he goes to the newspaper and says, blah blah, I'm not feeling great myself, might be having like a divorce or going bankruptcy, so that's why my game isn't performing. Well, then they're just going to take him out of the squad.
Yeah. Yeah,
because he's just
that.
admitted that he's not performing. They're going to take him out of the squad, and what good is that going to do?
Yeah. And the media will scrutinise him.
Exactly.
So I understand why some of them can't be like,
this is what's going on.
this is what's happening at home, because it's millions and it's going to know their business.
Yeah.
Whereas inside, it's just us that know about us, you know?
Yeah. Feels like our society is really geared for us not to be open, to be honest.
It is, yeah. It's sort of been tuned and made to be like, keep yourself to yourself, keep your head down.
But it's weird, it's like we're selective of what we want to be open about at the same time as well. Because like everyone's open about, well, okay, yeah, you got your first house, you got your first car, and all this kind of stuff. Open about that kind of stuff, but like the stuff that are really kind of, you know, hard hitting or like emotional stuff like that, people are not quite open about those things. Which
you could have got that sick car outside and everyone's like gassing you up about it, like well done, you're done for it and stuff like that. You go home thinking, how am I going to afford £500 a month to pay for this car? You know what I mean? So it's like it's just images, isn't it?
image, yeah.
But people like image.
Yeah.
So it makes you feel a bit more important.
Yeah.
Are we all subconsciously looking for a kind of Superman figure in our society, our culture, our, you know, life? I don't know. I'm just thinking now. But I don't know if you're a movie head, but like you know, A Man of Steel.
Yeah.
There was a part where, you know, they tore down a statue of Superman, false god or whatnot. But some people want that. They want to see someone who is Superman.
So like let's say like okay, so in superheroes you've got to be super strong. Okay, so but the super strength could be the fact that you got up this morning from your depression.
Yeah.
So you actually got up, you got dressed, went to work, you done your work, you came home, you had dinner. That takes strength for someone who is battling with depression. There's your superhero. Or you know, the superheroes can fly. Okay, well then climb to the top of the ladder in your career.
Yeah.
Take a step further, do the extra work, stay overtime, get further up. Boom, you're flying. So maybe it is all superheroes in fiction based around our characteristics.
That's a valid point. Like obviously we have our own ideas of like the fictional superheroes and they've got all these powers, but again, like you mentioned, we in our own right have different abilities and skills and all of that, and maybe that is our, you know, our superheroism. I don't know.
Superpowers.
Well, we don't know where that fiction has come from.
It's true.
You know, how many years has that, like the idea of Hulk been around, or Superman? Superman was like one of the first fiction kind of superheroes. So where has that come from? Where's that stemmed from? So it must have been someone who's gone, do you know what, like, we need him to fly, we need him to be great, we need him to be lasers from his eyes, we need him to be all the best he can be. Perhaps that was because that's how he idolised someone.
Yeah. Oof. Well.
And saying that, you know, that's so, I've really never processed it that way. I think we need to tell ourselves that sometimes. Look in the mirror and look in the mirror and say, you know, I've been strong because I've done A, B, C, because I've been through what I've been through and I haven't let it destroy me. I haven't let it take me out. I'm still trying. I'm still pushing.
Yeah, we are all our own superheroes. But it's how we unlock that kind of characteristic to be able to see yourself like that in the mirror. And to be able to do that, takes a lot of work, takes a lot of therapy.
Yeah.
To get to that kind of point, you know, it's not something you can all just walk up into the bathroom and go, "You're amazing," because there's a lot of times people go, "No, you're not."
Yeah. And even like kind of like touching on that as well, alongside like therapy, what else would you say is or was, maybe even in your personal experience, was kind of your kind of like guiding light out of like the dark times kind of thing? Because I see on your page like you post a lot of like inspirational and motivational, I would say they're even more than motivation, because they're not just the generic stuff, it's actually like thought-provoking kind of things that make you actually think, okay, whoa, let me take a step back and like, you know, reflect.
I think your reason why you can do anything with your reason why, as long as it's big enough. So like my reason why to get off drugs was because of my little brother. I didn't want him growing up being like, this is my memory of him. You know, just coming in drunk all the time or high all the time and out all the time and stuff like that. So I think your reason why, if you can find that and turn it into something positive, then you can do anything. So I had someone on my page who is a domestic violence survivor, and so obviously her reason why to get out of it was because of her kids. So she got out, found help, and the housing society set her up somewhere else, totally far away. Dad got arrested in prison. Reason why was to get the kids into safety. You know, so if your why is strong enough, you can do anything. I mean, how many times probably was that woman in fear of her life, or I can't leave because he's going to do this and that. But the child was her reason why. So I think as long as you have something, you can do anything. You can go out and get the promotion if you're wise, because I need that house. I need to move out because I'm 40 and I'm still living with my mum. So that's your reason why. Go out and be self-made. Go out and do this. Go out and do that. So everything has a turning point. But for me personally, it was the reason why my reason was strong enough that I could stop and completely start again.
Yeah, and that's powerful, man. I think we're still young, but as the years pass by, me personally, and I think us in our culture society, we need to embrace more people like yourself that are open, and you know, that's the real inspiration, to be honest, because no one is Superman, you know, as I mentioned.
That one's Superman.
You know, so yeah, it's really, really good, man. It's really.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you.
It's really good, honestly.
Thank you.
And even just again going off what you're saying in terms of reason why as well, we've had a conversation about like purpose as well, and it goes hand in hand, like reason why and purpose, and like we kind of come to a conclusion that like in life especially, like there is stuff that you can pursue. We talked about passions, you can pursue profit, like in terms of finances and stuff like that. But if you do not have that inherent like thing for like why you are alive, or like who you're doing this for, like who are you earning the money for, who are you pursuing your passions for what, to what extent, if you don't have that reason why, you kind of feel aimless. And I feel like that's another thing where a lot of people feel like they acquire all these possessions and all of this kind of stuff, and they still feel empty because they don't know who they're doing it for, what they're doing it for. They don't really have something to be like, okay, this is my what I say, my reason why, pretty much,
But I think you can't just look around you and go, okay, what's my reason why? I think it has to hit you. The things have to just come out naturally. You know, if you're sitting and going, I need to get a new job, I'm going to write out my CV. You don't send out the CV. Your reason why isn't strong enough. So if you're going, okay, I need to move out. Why do you need to move out? And then find them reasons that goes a bit deeper to be like, okay, so that's because of that, that's because of that. Okay, I'm going to start sending this out. So your reason why you can't just pick up. You know, it needs to form. It needs to come to you.
You know, honestly, I was about joking around. I'm gonna go home. You know, whether it's laptop, a piece of paper, whatever, and I'm actually gonna write down my reasons why. You know,
Good.
I think
Get like a dream board up at home.
Yeah.
Get like a dream board of what you want, when you're going to get it, what's stopping you from getting it.
Because life is so fast, and you know, like you said, we're told to put our heads down and do whatever, and that's definitely a big reason why even when you go on social media, you see people that generally we never show our losses or whatnot. So when you actually stop and think about those things, it can definitely change your perspective. It makes sense.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Wow.
This has been a very thought-provoking one. Like I talk a lot, but
I feel like I've also brought you down.
No, I like these deep conversations because like you learn so much, and like again from your experiences and stuff like that, there's a lot that I've picked up, and I'm like, again, throughout this whole conversation, I've been reflecting. I'm engaged with what you're saying. I'm also like, hey, what's this one?
I was all laughing and joking when we first came in. I need to go home and sort some stuff out.
So like, what are for people that are watching, listening, what are like, I don't know if it's the main few, whatever, but what would you kind of advise for people are watching, listening, they can like resonate this, but they haven't taken that step.
As in for finding a reason why, or for finding help?
For finding help.
Take the leap of faith. It's nothing to be scared of. Is to admit that you need a little bit of help, because there's so many people out there that would. There's that phrase, isn't there? Of I'd rather you tell me your problems than go to your funeral. You know, so it's there's so many avenues and so many people that would love to be able to help you. You just need to be brave enough to take a step forward, admit your defeats, because you're at the time you're not as strong as you think you are.
Yeah.
You're not, but that's okay. It's okay to feel like I'm struggling at the moment. I've been a lot better, so maybe it's time to get back to where I was before, and that's fine to have that, because we all do.
Definitely.
And I do especially, so it's fine. If I can make it out of what I've done and what I'd been through and stuff like that, then anyone can do it.
100%, man. Eddie, honestly, this has been amazing. Personally, like this year, we've recorded a couple times. This is my favourite.
No, honestly, in terms of
Jeez,
learning,
come on.
no.
I don't know if I'm gonna have to edit this out.
Did you hear that?
You know.
Gotta get some followers now.
Yeah, this is.
Oh, thank you for having me, man. I really do appreciate it.
When they talk about value of content, there's a lot of value in this conversation, man. Really.
Thank you. I do appreciate it a lot.
Please don't stop what you're doing, man. And
100%.
yeah, and I believe the conversation we're having, we're gonna have conversations like that with people we know, and hopefully even the people that are listening and watching, they're gonna think about it, and then have those conversations with people they know too. So yeah, it's amazing, man. Thank you so much.
That's all right. Thank you, man. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you.
Honestly, man.
But yeah, do you want to plug yourself? And we're going to put everything in the description anyway as well. But do you want to plug anything or anything that you've got coming up? Or
I don't think I've got anything big coming up recently. I've taken a break from the podcasting, but I'm going to try and get back into it at the moment. I know how hard it is actually to get people on and to get guests on and stuff like that, so it's a little bit difficult when I need to interview other people and everyone's like, no, I don't want to tell the world about my mental health. But you know, every time I try and interview someone, it's not like a Piers Morgan interview, it's just a friendly chat. So I will start podcasting again soon, and the t-shirts are on sale at the moment for £15.
I'll grab that.
Make sure you click the website, and my latest one is on YouTube, so make sure you give me the video and I'll put it on YouTube as well.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Cool.
So thank you very
Guys,
much.
thank you so much for watching, for listening. Links will definitely be in the description. Check out Eddie's stuff. But yeah, thank you so much again, bro.
No worries, thank you for having me.
Thank you, man. Unscripted, next time.
Out.